what Carl's ultimate dinner party? Who would pop round? Any of you cheeky freaks?
So what's this? I'm putting on a...
You're putting on an imaginary dinner party.
Anne Robinson's there. She's got to be there. I said I didn't invite you. She said, well, I'm there anyway.
Yeah.
So it was actually me, Anne Robinson, and 6 people.
Yeah.
And I chose people like heroes like Muhammad Ali, Homer Simpson, or stuff like that. You know, James Randi. Yeah. So you could choose anyone.
Living or
you say
dead,
why.
fictional or otherwise.
Right.
Would it look like a circus from the 18th century?
I'll have like a few freaks in there.
Like what? Who would you have?
Well, the first person I'd have is probably have Elvis.
I had Elvis. I chose Elvis.
Why would you have Elvis?
It's just good, wasn't he? He was good at what he did. Just have a...
But once you'd said that to him, what would the rest of the
So he
conversation
sings
be?
a song.
Right, so you make him sing a song?
Yeah, he'd be like the entertainment for the night.
Yeah.
When he's not on the stage performing, I'd probably have the Elephant Man there.
Right. Well, so John Merrick, yeah?
Yeah, John Merrick.
Okay, I've got Elvis, John Merrick. If anyone's out there and, you know, you have anything to do, can you write down everything Carl says from now to a year and send it to me and Steve, because you might want to put it in a book?
Yes.
Would that be good? Just maybe someone keep a journal of everything Carl does and says, and we'll try and keep a scrapbook of pictures.
Tell you I would have.
Who?
Peter Kay.
Right?
He'd be good, he'd be brilliant. I'd want to be sat next to him, because he's...
Well, you're friends with Ricky Gervais, why would you want to...
No, but... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Peter Kay.
Alright,
Peter
fair
Kay.
enough. Yeah.
Which one would you do him as himself or one of his characters he does?
Just as he is.
Yeah.
He's funny, he's a funny man.
Yeah.
Love him. Who else? Probably that fellow who lost his arm when he was climbing that mountain. Remember?
He had to cut off his
few
own
weeks
arm.
ago,
that's- yeah.
Why would you have him?
I'd just like to have a chat with him and say, you know, what happened there then?
Yeah.
Well, we know what happened there. He cut his
Cut his
arm
arm
off.
off.
What would you
No,
say?
no.
Did it hurt? Yes, it hurt.
But I don't think it would hurt, that's one of the questions.
What are you talking about?
I reckon the shock cancelled any pain out. If you're stuck there with a boulder on your arm, you've probably got bad pins and needles, right?
Yeah.
With a big rock on your arm.
Yeah.
And you'd say, right, so how long were you sat there before you said, well, I've got to cut this off? Did you read about it? It was amazing.
What do you think the other people would be doing when you were talking about cutting his own arm? John Merrick wouldn't mind.
Can
I just ask?
Albus would probably be off his head on something.
Elephant Man would be having a couple of buns.
I hope Peter Kay didn't make a funny comment. I hope he doesn't make a funny comment.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I just a quick warning?
I'll just put bloke with one arm, bloke with...
Be careful, Carl, what you serve for dinner.
Yeah.
Because he's only got the one arm.
Yeah.
So, you know, certain things. I mean, maybe suggest something you can eat with chopsticks.
Or a hamburger.
A hamburger. But don't go with something like lobster. Tricky, you need both hands for that. And there's him and John Merrick teamed up. I think they've got one good arm each.
Yeah.
Soup, maybe.
What would you give John Merrick? Buns?
Couple of buns.
Yeah.
Have that woman in the boat who went around the world.
Why?
Just to see, you know, how she managed
Pretty
that.
boring guests, really.
Eh?
But boring?
What do you mean?
What was she going to say? What she said? She was going, well, I didn't see a lot. I was in a cabin. Really, there's a lot of water. I was a bit scared.
The main thing I'd want to ask her, right, because I remember when she did it, and there was an interview with her, and her parents were there or something, and her mum was saying how she's dead proud because she decided to, you know, go around the world in a boat as a kid, instead of just hanging around on street corners and stuff. She said she didn't want her daughter to like be messing about on the streets at night on her own and stuff. She was a responsible mother. And she sent her off on a boat.
Sure. In the middle of the Atlantic.
On her own.
Yeah.
So I'd like to ask her about
I
that.
think even Manchester's safer than that, innit?
Yeah. And I'd have probably another woman so to chat to her, probably go for Kim Marsh.
Kim Marsh?
Sorry, you'd have the woman who sailed around the world, right? But you'd have to have another woman for her to have someone to talk to. Well, why invite either of them then? If you don't want to talk to either of them yourself.
What? Sorry.
I love this. Round world yachtswoman, and Kim Marsh.
But why, of all the women you can invite,
I
Kim
love
Marsh
that.
is at the top
No,
of the
that's
list.
the best list I've ever heard. Elvis, John Merrick, Peter Kay, a bloke with one arm, the round the world yachtswoman chatting to Kim Marsh. That is genius. Why haven't they invited you on this show? I'm going to call Anne Robinson. Right, okay. If anyone's listening to that, have Carl Pilkington on. I know no one knows who he is yet, but what a great bit of conversation. Play a record, Carl, you're an idiot.
Some Smith.
Oh, always a treat. Yeah, we played something from Morris's selection, something that would be on my ultimate compilation. Is something from the Smiths, and it'll probably be this one. I started something I couldn't finish. I think that's one of their underrated albums. Rick, Stranger Is Here We Come.
Might be my favourite.
It's my favourite, certainly.
Yeah.
And that's from that album. I started
Queen is
something
Dead
I
is a lot of
couldn't
people's favourite, but I don't like the wacky ones.
It's the novelty ones. It's the
He's got
ones-
some great ones. I think he's got some of his best tunes on there, but I don't know the frankly Mr. Shank.
Yeah, he's always got this tendency to sort of like music hall style songs.
Nicola
He's up to-
yeah,
he's up
but
to
that's a great one, that. So there you go. Elvis, John Merrick, Peter Kay, Bloke with One Arm, Woman Who Sailed Round the...
names.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he'll just write on the invitation, dear bloke with one arm,
Yeah.
having a dinner party.
Yeah. It's better than most, but I imagine most people when they do it, if they go, Nelson Mandela.
I know, of course, yeah. I think I read an interview with Nick Hucknall where it was something like, who do you admire? Nelson Mandela.
Brilliant. I don't read papers when I'm in this country. When I was on holiday, I read one. There was an article in there about Beckham meeting him, and the article was about how many people have met him. And I was thinking, we are the only 3 people that haven't met him.
Nelson Mandela, yeah.
It's just like, does he rent himself out? Do you know what I mean? It's like the back of the, in the back of the stage where you can get a Caprice lookalike to wander around. They go, is that a lookalike? No, that's really him.
Yeah,
It's 40 quid, he'll come to your party.
I think what it is that he was locked up for so long.
Yeah,
he's now just
he's never
partying
home.
He's just so shocked.
It's like Salman Rushdie, he's running around. I've seen him twice.
Yeah.
His house must be a tip. He's never in. God.
Well, I think it is if you stay indoors for a long time.
Yeah.
You've got to get out there. You've got to get
You
out
get a bit
of the world.
stir crazy, I suppose.
But
don't
he's met some of the great names in world events. Obviously, he's met the Spice Girls, Alan Titchmarsh.
He's met him, yeah, they did his garden, didn't they?
Yeah, David Beckham.
Yeah. Oh, that must have been great. But I mean, maybe we could hold out and never meet him.
Yeah, this is like
Even if we get invited to one of the houses, we're like, no,
yeah.
not really.
One of
No.
we're the only 3 people who've never met
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela.
I'm not meeting him till I make sure he's definitely going straight. You know what I mean?
No, you gotta be careful,
I
yeah.
don't like to hang out with people who don't.
No, I wouldn't invite him to my ultimate dinner party in case, the silverware went missing.
Oh!
Well, you don't know, he was inside for a long time. They pick up things in these places. You can pick stuff up.
It's usually Carl that comes out with those sort of things. Carl, what do you think of that?
What, Nelson not having an Alex and nicking?
Well, let's back out now. Let's back out now while we're ahead.
Be good in Celebrity Big Brother.
Yeah.
Being used to being locked up and that.
We could, wouldn't we? Yeah.
I started something.
I couldn't finish.
Yeah. Should
Absolutely.
we play another record or should we talk about some... on a lighter note, Muffy the hamster had a narrow escape with a...
Play a song. Let's have a Ross answer.
Oh, God. Martina Topley Bird, Need One. Alright, XFM 104.9. Well, it's that time. It's getting exciting. We've got Rockbusters results, but before that, a little bit of monkey news with... Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news. Carl Pilkington.
Brilliant. Let's do it. I haven't read that for a couple of weeks.
Go on then.
Alright, so, is that this little monkey? He lives in Morocco.
Right, I'll just warn you now, you're on thin ice from last time, okay? So, make sure, is this real?
It's been
Don't say anything
embedded.
stupid, think about it. As you're saying it, think to yourself, is that true? Do monkeys do that? Do they think like that? So, go on then.
So anyway, yeah, so there's this magician in Morocco, right? He's got a little monkey working with him, right? The way it used to work, magician used to do his thing on stage, do a little bit of magic, people loved it. Then the monkey came out, had a little cap, walked around the crowd and stuff, got the money, had a good little team thing going on, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the monkey's name was 86.
Right.
Because back then there was so many monkeys, it was like, oh, what names, do you know what I mean, what names do you use, what do you do, so they just named it, right? So this little monkey...
What, he had 86 other monkeys? What?
No, it's just that because a lot of monkeys were sort of working back then, helping magicians out, doing bits and pieces, busking, whatever you...
But Rick, you know how there's so
Well, why
many...
would there be a confusion with that? If he only had one monkey, where's the confusion? People would go, I'm not going to go and see that, I want to see 86, he's the better monkey. Do you know what I mean? What does it matter?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, why do they need... Where was the confusion? With people going to the circus and going, what monkey can they see tonight? I don't know. It wasn't a billing, was it, with a monkey?
But Rick, it's just the same with humans. There's so many humans now that we can't give them names anymore.
Yeah,
they all
exactly.
have to have numbers.
Exactly, yeah. There's so many humans, with 5 billion people. We can't give them names. It's
Yeah.
impossible. But, with a few monkeys
Anyway, number
working...
122, go on.
So anyway, So there he is,
86.
86,
With his hat.
with his hat, walking around getting the money.
Yeah.
Anyway, the magician sort of, thinking about moving on. Because in Morocco he'd sort of done all the tourist traps.
Sure.
So he had a word with the monkey, said, how about we...
See?
No, let him continue.
Think.
Let him
He
continue.
didn't have a word with the monkey.
Let him continue.
so what do you think about going over to Spain?
Yes. Sure. So the monkey was in agreement?
So he said, alright, go on then. Right, so they get in the car, and like the magician knew he'd have a bit of a problem on his hands because you're not meant to take monkeys out of the country.
Yeah.
Right. So he thought, right, what I'll do, I'll get a car, right?
Right.
Stick the monkey in a boot, right? Get on the boat and hopefully sort of, stick it in some luggage and what have you.
Yeah.
We'll be over there, we'll be earning big money, everything's going to be great. So the monkey was like, brilliant. So they get in the car, they're on the way to the boat, and pull over at a petrol station. And just before filling up, he opens up the boot and he goes, alright, and it's like, it's fine. So he leaves the boot open so it can breathe and get a bit of fresh air whilst it's filling up. Goes in to pay the money.
Yeah.
Pays the money, goes, I'm just paying for the...
Right, this monkey is not going to drive away in that car, or we're never doing this feature again.
Carl, what happens? What's number 86 up to?
So, 86. So,
That's the ending, isn't it? That's the story.
Come on, let Carl
Right, it
finish the
better
story.
not be. It better not be.
Brilliant. You're going to love it. Right, so he's in the petrol station, and he's going, right, I'll pay for pump 4. And the fella says, what are you talking about?
Pump 4, isn't that a monkey? No. Sometimes I use numbers for monkeys, sometimes I use... No, I mean pump 4.
Sure.
So he says, what are you talking about? There's no car at pump 4.
Right.
Keep going.
You
Sticks his head out of the door.
Yeah.
The monkey's giving it some. Went over to Spain on its own.
I don't know what to do.
Hang on, let's just get a couple of the facts right here.
Right, what do you mean, couple of the facts? Right, there are no facts.
So
It
number
didn't-
86.
Number 86
He drove to Spain.
You are honestly, Carl. You must know.
It was an automatic.
Right, Carl. You must know that is shit. There is no way a monkey.
That's the thing with
He
his
gets
feet, you know.
stopped at customs.
Mental.
How did he get through customs, Carl? He hasn't got a passport.
No, he was sneaking about because he didn't have a passport.
So he parked and then snuck through.
Do you want the facts?
Let me see it. Well, I'll examine this, Rick, and we'll play a record.
Play a record
I'll
because I
look at
can't.
the facts
That's nearly as bad as the armed robbery.
Bit of suede.
Yeah, stay together. My favourite.
One of 86's favourites.
Yeah, brilliant. My favourite suede track. No, stay together. XFM. Well, nearly time to go. But before we do, a little bit of Rockbuster results.
Just checking some of the answers, Rick, and it seems that an awful lot of people have got it right.
Go on then. Tell us them again then. Remind us of them before you give us the answers.
Alright, Rockbusters number 1 was like this. It was a
We'll
customer...
stop your monkey news, by the way, until you start getting some credible ones. Because that's it's ridiculous. It's not true.
Yeah, it seems mad.
But no, but it's
that's
from
why-
the internet again. So anyone can go online, download that story. It's insubstantial. It's get ones from journals or where the source is quoted. Okay, or we're not
That's
interested.
what I do, that's
Or
what
we're
I
not. Well, you don't. Okay. So same with on thin ice. We've pulled this once. We've pulled Rockbuster. We suspended it once, and you came back again. So it's. Do you know what I mean? So go on then.
Right, so Rockbusters number 1 was about a customer who wanted some paint. Wanted to darken up a room. The shop assistant knew what to do. What did she do? The initials were CB. Seller Black. Right? Seller Black. Seller some
You
black
see, I
paint.
thought Cilla Black because it's CB, and I thought, well, it can't be because it's not Seller. It's not Sell Her Black.
Cryptic,
It's Cilla.
cryptic though, isn't it?
No, cryptic doesn't mean it's wrong.
They all got it. They all got it anyway, so... It's a bit weird, isn't it? Second one. It would be alright if their heads weren't that big. Right?
Right.
The initials are SF.
Well, one of my favourite bands, yeah. The smaller faces, isn't it?
Small faces.
Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, go on then.
And the final one, Chanel have got another perfume out. Right?
I'll just say we've had an email from one of our listeners who said if this turns out to be New Order, he's never listening to XFM again.
What's the clue again?
Chanel, I've got another perfume out. New odour.
Right, well that's another listener gone.
What do you mean? There's not a group called New Odour.
No, it's cryptic. No,
It's not. That doesn't mean cryptic. Wrong doesn't mean cryptic. It's like saying what animal I'm thinking of. Frog. That doesn't mean cryptic. Sell Her Black. What artist is that? Small Faces works. Just about.
If I say what animal I'm thinking of, well,
Monkey.
Well, there you go then. So it does work.
Play a record.
Right?
Play a record.
So who's a winner?
Ah, yes. Now I'm going to give it to someone who emailed in with the correct answer, and his name is Steve Martin.
Really?
And I've given it to, I don't know if you noticed over the last few weeks, I've been giving the prize to people with just a kooky element to them, you know, if they've
Well,
got
people to
a
start
amusing name.
sending their name in, like Barry Bumpfroyd.
Well, don't worry, because I can spot if it's a fake comedy name.
What was that last one we laughed at?
I
For
can't
no
remember what it was. I think it was
reason?
Gerald something.
Yeah, it was. It was just like Gerald Smethurst or something.
What's it? Preston?
Gerald Preston.
Yeah.
Why is that a funny name?
Jerry Preston, a great guy, but for
Gerald
some reason,
Preston, we laughed at that.
he caught my attention. So this week, Steve Martin's caught my attention.
Right. Yeah. When was the last time Steve Martin made you laugh?
This Steve Martin? Or,
Dickers hasn't been...
yeah, we've had no correspondence from Dickie Anderson for some time, which saddens me.
Little Dickmeister General, what is he doing out there? Has he got... What, he's got something better to do? Ridiculous.
Pathetic, isn't
Right,
it?
Well,
so...
that's the end. We've got the last song. So is there
It's
anything?
the
you
end,
wanna
it's the end
say?
of Rockbusters, and it's the end of Monkey News. Monkey News will give you one more go for it, and it's got to be credible, it's got to be real, it's got to be true.
We need to see your sources, it needs to be
Yeah.
corroborated.
Okay. Rockbusters, they've got to be real band names. New Odour. New Odour. New Odour. Just anything. Just brilliant.
Well done to Steve. You got them all. So is that it then?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well,
Cheers.
I've enjoyed that. Hope your back's better, Rick.
Yeah.
And Carl, I hope you back up your ideas.
Your brain's better.
Got something interesting about a brain we can talk about next
No,
week.
tell it now.
No, I'll talk
Quickly,
to
what is it?
No, we'll leave it.
Oh, like that's a hook. Like people will be going for a week. And what things were Carl's brain? Was it a brain that drove a motorbike across to Switzerland?
Heard it.
Well, I know that must be some people's favourite record, Steve.
Well, it's certainly one of mine.
Thunder Road, Bruce Springsteen.
I won't hear a bad word said against the boss. A lot of
No.
people dismiss him, as you said in the past, as being some kind of stadium rocker, but you can't listen to a song like that and not be moved. Surely, Carl.
It's all right. Yeah.
Brilliant. A passionate man.
Yeah.
Well,
So, Carl.
No, it's right.
So,
there's certain songs like that was all right. It didn't sound anything. If it wasn't Bruce Springsteen, if someone new came out, something like that, I'd go, yeah, it's all right.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
you're a regular Simon Cowell, aren't you?
I don't know if I like music as much as I used to now. That's what happens when you're working it, isn't it? Because Danny Minogue was on the telly in the
Is it
week.
like when you work in a sweet factory and you don't nick the Mars bars after a couple of months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Minogue was on the telly in the week, right? And she was doing a medley.
Yeah.
Why do people do them?
Well, to try and get all the hits. I know what you mean, yeah.
But he was that busy that they haven't got time to listen to a full album or...
It's like a meal in pill form.
Yeah.
Well, I like most of Danny Minogue's hits, but I don't like the whole song.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want to just like pop the best bits down, 30 seconds, put them all together. Yeah.
I've got a Stars on 45 record from the 70s. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Stars on 45. But it's that, like you say, I mean, this one had kind of, it would be a snatch of Stevie Wonder, followed by the MASH theme, followed by Layla, just the intro. It was sort of, it's not music. It's just,
Well, we do a bit of that, don't we? Though that's what DJing is, isn't it? It's a bit of everything. But we play the whole song, don't we, often? Yeah, we're better, aren't we, Carl?
Oh.
So what do you want to talk about today?
You want to look at the list?
Yeah, well, it's got describe looks. That's our list we've put. So this is a very amusing sort of link about describing your look.
I don't know, what's this? I don't remember this.
No, I just was thinking, like, right, of what...
Well, careful, Carl. Don't open yourself up to criticism. Go on, yeah. Everyone's got an idea.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got an idea of what they look like and stuff. If someone wanted to know what I look like, or what Ricky looked like, or what You look like Steve. That.
Yeah.
What would you use to describe yourself? Do you know what I mean?
Words.
Not really. I don't understand what do you mean.
Well, like,
Someone who doesn't know us, we've got to describe, and what's the game to hopefully get some sort of interpersonal language going, so you know